push into your tower.
True. Tree and blast.
It is an offlane tree and
Yeah, whoa.
mid-sanking.
Can't touch me,
Mid-sanking.
tree and protector.
Hell.
That seems...
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah, I do not see it at the moment. Nothing too good coming out from this off-lane treant. I like what Execration's got. I really like their draft. And this is a mid-sanking. Mid-sanking, in my book, he's not winning games. He's winning lanes, but after that, you're just Epicenter and the Burrow Strike. I'm going to go with Execration. Pretty sure they're going to take this one.
I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go Neon. I don't know why I have faith. I've seen Mid Sand King fail. This is the game where Mid Sand King finally does more than just Burrow Strike Epicenter. Maybe the build changes. Maybe something changes. I don't know. He gets a new ability. Yeah, Yopaj got. Yeah, we'll have to see how he performs. Game number 1, Neon Execration.
Prepare for battle.
So what is my swagger?
Draft is like you have this for Earth Spirit that can make the space around the map. You have a Centaur that seems to be one of the top tier offlaners right now. Doesn't lose a lane, especially to Warlock Spectre. Like, he should be able to free farm in that lane. Also, that Prophet plus Oracle, a lot of synergy. And Raking, he does well against the Spectre.
Yeah, I'm looking at this Neon draft more and more. I'm wondering how they're going to pull it out, but I feel like every time I question Neon...
Oh, you don't question Neon.
Somehow they do it.
I'm also wondering what the item build on the Treant is going to be and like what he brings as a hero compared to some other offlaners. I can't find it. Like I'm looking. What's the item build going to be? Like Meteor Hammer is still okay. Blink Dagger at one point possibly. Like you can get a Solar Crest. Just utility, but you can get a better offlaner for that if you're just looking for it. He's not the lane dominator, especially against Oracle, where like it gets purged off. So many things, like Living Armor is also dispellable. I want to see the top lane. I want to see how the top lane is going to go. But then again, this is Spectre. We've seen what Spectre can do in the games. One of the best late game carries for sure.
Right. I guess my question is, are we sure that this CTN Treant is going to take farm priority over play hard?
Looking at the item build from Mirana, this is the standard position for Mirana build.
Yeah.
4 branches, Blightstone, a lot of harassment, a lot of stats.
Arrow.
Yeah. No, because you don't need Quelling Blade. I guess that's why you're getting a bit confused. Like you don't see the Quelling Blade on Treant. He's not an off lane. You don't need a Quelling Blade. You have 92 base damage.
Highest base damage in the game. Still ahead of the Shadow Shaman. One day, Shadow Shaman will get that buff.
Yeah, 100. We need someone with 100.
Just get 100 attack damage really easy for the Shadow Shaman to pull that off. They go after Palos, who takes a decent chunk of damage in Nature's Grasp and the right clicks.
Like, Palos would have been dead on the top lane. Arrow actually missed. Almost impossible to miss this arrow, but he found a way. Unfortunately, camera was not showing it. Vepas was, I did not want to embarrass him here. It's all good. I'll just watch the bottom lane. But yeah, because he had nowhere to run. There was like only one place where he could go. A lot of harassment. We'll see. You know, Treant Protector, 90 damage if the arrow connects. But Wraith King is one of the best heroes that if the lane doesn't go well for him, he dies once. He's like, see ya guys, I'm off the jungle.
Going back into the jungle. Call me in about 15 minutes. I'll be there. And then he joins back in.
Yeah, you guys just do your own stuff. I'll be hitting some jungle creeps.
Okay, BDZ and...
Oh,
well. Oh, BDZ might...
No, good. It's all good.
Survive. He's fine.
Morlock doesn't deal that much damage. He has an extra ring. Centaur going straight into Vanguard. Nothing wrong there. Perfectly balanced item at the moment, especially on a Centaur. Does not receive damage. Like, you're trying to gank this guy, you need to bring 3 heroes for sure. Yopaj in the mid lane doing well as expected. He put a point in a caustic and he understands I'm playing into range hero this time around, so no point in getting the burrow strike. It's also dead profit, so probably not gonna get a kill. So instead he's just gonna farm up as that sandstorm, as a bottle as well. We'll need to bring the center ward both of them. Someone needs to buy for them. You do not want to invest gold, even though it's not that much gold right now. It's 50 gold, but still, you want to invest in something else. There is one sentry. He places it down.
Now he'll have the vision in that sandstorm. I'm very interested to see if Yopaj changes the build. But right now, boots, wand, blink, boots of travel. The typical 4,000 gold in mobility. Let's see where it goes from there. I've watched this story before.
I've seen it so many times, that's why I'm not convinced. Like,
It's on rerun.
every single time there is a mid sanking, I'm like, yeah, this is a lost game, but maybe this time around they prove me that I'm wrong.
Just one time. Or maybe just open up enough space here for Natsumi where you can just be the burrow strike epicenter. Although it feels really bad when your mid is just those two things. Arrow finally hits on a Palos, but it's outside the Nature's Grasp. He's trying to survive here. Starstorm, Fortune, Xan leap forward, and they're right on top.
First blood.
They will get the kill there onto Palos.
They might even get hit.
Good work for RR.
One more hit.
Under the tower, and
one more.
There's the arrow.
Salve. 6-8. I don't think it's worth it. I really don't think it's worth it to survive there.
Now sitting with no regen after this Tango runs out.
A Palos brought a healing salve before he TP'd, so he's going to be full HP. Okay. If he TP'd before, it would not be worth it, but now it's okay-ish.
But as of this moment, a 1k lead here for Neon, which is typical of what we're seeing from these Sand King drafts. They get ahead about 4,000 or 5,000. Sand King's got his blink, his boots of travel, and then they fight somewhere along the map. And that fight doesn't go well, and Sand King basically doesn't make much progress after that.
It seems like both of us are on the same page about the mid sanking, what he does.
You may be the
game.
president of the club. I'm the vice president right now. I can't. I'm trying. And then,
At least this time around, you know, there is this super late game carry called Spectre. Your offlane also doesn't scale. Like, Treant Protector doesn't scale with items. He's still not gonna be able to, you know, have Mask of Madness AC just right-click people down. It's not happening.
Echo Saber.
Yeah, exactly.
although I would love to see some weird build here on Treant.
Phase boots, it's already weird. You know, has that extra movement speed. It keeps harassing this Wraith King, who's struggling. He's 19 CS.
Treant at 23 and 11. Easy denies when you right-click so hard. CS is just simple for him. You know, Palos, he hasn't been back off from the jungle just yet. We said Wraith Kings can do that. Make it easy. skeletons, back off, farm as much as you can, maybe stay out of the lane. Although I wonder if they're worried at what a free farm Treant's gonna be like.
I think you're more worried about Spectre.
Yeah.
That Prophet on a mid lane is doing okay. I want to see what the build is going to be. Yowie going for Yule Scepter. I also wouldn't mind
Radiant are
seeing a Hood, because most of their damage
Dire's
is magical.
middle tower is under attack.
So Hood could potentially be a really good pickup.
Spectral Dagger, Fatal Bonds, they've got the Hoof Stomp to stun up Natsumi. Still trying to get the kill. The triple lead play hard, missing the arrow, but they'll get the kill regardless.
It was a good arrow. You know, even though it missed, people are probably laughing at it. It was a zoning arrow that, like, he shoots it more to the north. So he needs to go back, and then Spectre can potentially get a kill on it. Because if he uses it straight away, he can just run top and potentially get out of the trouble without dying. So it was a good arrow.
Yeah, well, zoning is usually known as a meme. It brought him right back into the hands of Neon, so it worked out. Look at this damage on Palos. And CGM is just running under the tower.
Thank you, my beauties.
He's going Meteor Hammer now. I expect he'll get that Meteor Hammer. That tower won't live long afterwards. That's the thing we used to see with Treants too, is like, if you commit to taking a tower, you have to kill it. Otherwise, you have to do it again.
Exactly, but this is an off-lane Treant, so maybe around, like, once you get level 8, level 9, you'll have a point in the living armor, because you want to go greedy with this hero. He's steeping bottom, has overgrowth ready. It's a good counter to Centaur. The Centaur Stampede, they can't run away. He TP'd bottom. They need to get something out of this. They have 4 heroes here. Arrow. Oh, he rolls in.
Actually, hits the Earth Spirit, so easy. He'll fall. They use the Exorcism. They try to chase CTM. He's got the heal from the Warlock. They're fighting in a Yowie into the Exorcism because they've already got the Blade now.
I think he did it on purpose. To block the arrow, save the Centaur, understands what the combo is going to be.
Get down, Mr. President.
Radiant's top tower
Blink
is under
Dagger
attack.
done on Sand King, 8 minutes in.
So
Has Region Rune, Blink Dagger, Epicenter also available.
I can make this this even more of a dangerous combo. Burrow Strike Arrow. Just the lockdown starts to become a nuisance.
Uses the smoke on himself. Wants to get a big target. So this ward's not gonna scout him out. Yeah, this Centaur is pretty dead if they get a jump.
Pause.
You don't know that.
What? Quick pause?
Yeah.
Don't. You know. What would... Yeah, quick pause. There you go. There's the G. I was going to say what constitutes as a quick pause. That's a quick pause.
This was a quick pause, for sure.
I knew. I knew the entire time. Never doubt. I feel like that's a really good... So sometimes I think of, like, in-game names, if I was, like, a big Dota player,
Radiant's
which I'm not
middle
and never
tower
will be.
is under attack.
Like, I feel like Never in Doubt would be a cool name.
It sounds like someone from Chinese scene. You know,
Yeah.
someone that plays for
Nothing to
Ecom.
say,
Yeah.
The 3-word names. White Album, Never in Doubt.
What about CPM? What does that stand for?
Can't touch me.
What about in this? What about in this game? He's going Meteor Hammer, so M stands for Meteor.
Control the meteors?
Can't time Meteor if he misses the Meteor Hammer.
It also has the Mongo just comes in. That's locking up the Oracle as well as the Centaur. Look at the kill to Nico as well as RR. Boulder Smash from BDZ, keeping them at bay.
So to go back to the name, we're gonna stay with Can't Time Meteor if he misuses it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Radiant's
But
middle
if he
tower
hits it,
is under
he's
attack.
controlling the meteor.
Regeneration.
CTM. That's the word.
Sounds good.
Radiant's
All right.
top tower
They
is
found a
under
way.
attack.
We got there.
So 2 kills, still 0 on board for Execration. They still need to find an opening. I think they're just gonna play this for a bit of a late game. That's why Raid King decided to go for Midas.
No, all right. Blink away from Yopaj. Arrow just does that. It's one of those fake hype abilities. Whenever you see an arrow, it can be super hype.
Dire structures are fortified.
They need to be careful. Throw strike comes in again. And there comes the chaotic offering from Jean-Well. They get the kill to Yoey. They look over at BDZ. He's trying to roll out and they can't get in front of him. They blow up the Death Prophet. Jean-Well getting to level 6, so
Dire's middle
have that
tower
golem
is
and
under
uses
attack.
it immediately. Burrow strike out of the back. They do catch themselves in Earth Spirit. He's unable to roll away. So play hard. Now make it 7-0. RR stuck in the trees. Burrow strike again, make it 8-0.
Very aggressive moves here from Neon, but Execration kind of handle it to them. They're like, we have this Exorcism, which is level 1. Let's try to make stuff happen. Playing into Rock, Warlock was level 6. Playing into Overgrowth, which was not even used in that fight. So, like Sanking and Mirana, they're just gonna play together, set things up for arrows. Top lane, 1-4-2 build. That means he has 1 point save for Reincarnation, gets it right away.
Burrow strike comes in, and here come the TPs. Right, quick on Natsumi, though, using the like shadow. They stop the TP up at the front, the dives, and then yeah, he just want to dive with the roller towards the silence. It's going to be through on this FP available. They look over play hard. They're lining up for a Burrow strike on all 4, but he doesn't want to do it.
So they get 2 big kills just for Reincarnation. They bring everyone, however, so the mid lane, Yopaj is gonna TP bottom lane, Centaur.
Radiant's bottom
Takes the
tower
tower with
is
that
fallen.
hook stone, and then the right click on the tower. Silence out of the
Radiant's
Warlock.
top tower is fallen.
Damage there. All right.
It did nothing.
Radiant are scanning.
Yoey's got a kill. All of a sudden, Execration, they go from
Radiant's
0 to 3.
courier has been
CTM. Using that ring of hell.
Dire
Oh, this is a
are
tough
scanning.
kill
Center,
to get.
Nico. It's in the nature's
I mean,
grasp.
he
Look
doesn't
how
have
slow
boots,
he
so
is.
eventually he's just gonna drop, but it's gonna take a bit more time than if they try to gank a normal hero. Does not have boots, but has that hood, has a Vanguard. Pretty standard build coming up from this Centaur this time around. Boots, and then into Blink Dagger to be able to initiate. Dead Prophet, Yoey, he did not want to get a hood. Instead, went for Yule's Scepter. So that means like his second item needs to be a BKB. There's pretty much everything is magical damage. There's going to be another form of dispelling the Overgrowth, dispelling the Fatal Bonds. Then check the Warlock's build. 2 points in Shadow Word, 3 points in Fatal Bonds, because you have a Sanking, you have a Spectre. I like that way more.
He's hoping he gets that Philosopher's Stone.
Shard is really good, because you get the extra slow, or you get the extra move speed when you're with allies.
Their lane, Stampede, they're looking for Yopaj. They've got everybody here to try and make this happen. And the silence, ooh, that's through on a CTM. He doesn't have the mana right now for the Overgrowth, so they get the kill on Aura. They'll end up trading Yopaj. They look over at BDZ to get themselves at least 2. There's the chaotic offering. Play hard with an arrow that almost hits on a Yoey. Doesn't save Natsumi. He's dead as well. Yoey under the tower. Silence onto the Mirana. Spirit Siphon doing a lot
He
of
needs
damage
to be
here on the
careful.
play hard. Yoey doesn't want to dive too deep. Take out both the 1 and 2 on Neon.
Nicely done by Execration. Like, they once again have the Exorcism. They group around while Raid King, he's farming. He has that Hand of Midas. We'll
Radiant's
have
bottom
Radiance in the
tower is
next,
under attack.
my guess is like 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes, if he doesn't die.
Farming really well. Top of the net worth. Do you like this build going Midas, and then he went back phase into Radiance?
Moving for the epicenter. Strike on a Yoey. Nature's Grasp. And that's a Nature's Grasp that, again, is semi-zoning. Go back towards your base. You get slowed up. You take the damage as well. Nico with the hoof stomp. Maybe keeping himself alive. Another Burrow strike to patch up. Overgrowth on 3. And now the Starstorm. Nico's still not taking any damage, though.
3 position 3 with the 3-man Overgrowth. Not bad.
Burrow strike again. That hits on the Earth Spirit. Wraithfire Blast is avoided.
Oh, everyone has Fatal Bond. They need to be careful. Like, they would love to reinitiate possibly with a Sanking, but unfortunately his Blink Dagger is on cooldown. You need to be super careful about the Fatal Bonds. Now it's maxed out. And he's also going Veil just to amplify that
Radiant's
damage.
middle tower is under attack.
Don't know, he's doing something a little bit different. Whether it be a 5-position troll, playing a little bit more different on the item builds here, going for a Veil on the Warlock. I'd love to see 5-position. When he played it last season, it was fun.
I don't think it's happening this time
No,
around,
because
because mana cost on the Axis got increased. Nico sieging the tower, pretending to be AFK with the Retaliate.
Silence roll coming through. CTM, he doesn't have the overgrowth, but he does have the Meteor Hammer. If they have an opportunity to land it, Yopaj looking for an opportunity to maybe blink Burrow Strike. Doesn't have Epic Center either to work with. Blink Burrow comes through. Execution used by Yowie as well as the Stampede. They're going to try and turn this on a Neon. The arrow doesn't land on the Yowie. They've got the hook stop. Yopaj from the roll. Nice spellcast. Meteor Hammer comes in the tool. Hits BDZ as well as Yowie, but just does not do enough damage, and Playhard just getting away. The wise thing here, for Neon at least, is that Natsumi didn't join that fight.
Yeah, he's gonna get the
top tower has
top
fallen.
tower. Didn't get the last hit, but is still good. He also has level 2 ulti right now. Oracle, it's very hard for Oracle to play Dota against Spectre, because you know you're gonna get jumped. Like, he's gonna press that button, jump on you, and either kill you or force you to use ulti on yourself, possibly. He's going for a Blink Dagger.
He's doing a decent amount of damage.
Radiant are scanning.
But nothing really to write home about. Who almost has his Blink Dagger. So Nico will definitely be a big initiator. They can use that with the roll.
I was talking about RR. He's also going for the Blink Dagger. Might be a bit tricky with everything they have, especially Spectre. Maybe like a Glimmer Cape, where you're forcing him to buy a Dust. And a lot of magic damage from OB.Neon. I don't think you're going to be able to just blink out, because Spectre will jump you.
Just get haunted. That might be it. Comparing the two, CTM to Nico. 3 kills for CTM. 0 deaths, 8 assists. A little lacking on the last hits, but he's got a lot of denies, and his net worth is just about even with Nico overall.
The Radiance will be done in 600, and this is where Execration will want to take a fight. They have Reincarnation level 2. Yopa just fake bumping it.
Hook Stomp misses, Burrow Strike as well as the arrow. But he's quite tanky.
Yopaj even blinks in and takes that Illusion Rune. A lot of value from it this time around, because you can dispel the silences from the Dead Prophet, dispel the silence from the Earth Spirit. Not bad also Root, if it's used on you from Oracle.
Dire are scanning.
So how are we looking at? Is that a Radiance? Yes, it is. Now it's time to strike.
Yopaj going Stab. Burrow Strike hits, Balance in trouble, just the Radiance. They've got the Silence on the field, as well as the Reincarnation coming through. Magnetrons can be placed down on all the two. They've got the Chaos offering the loss on a 5. The Overgrowth to follow it up with Theobot. This is going to be enough damage. They look over at BDZ. Can they get the kill at least under your Spirit? He rolls away. They've got a false promise on a Palace on a second life with the epicenter used and the Burrow Strike coming through. Fatal damage on the Yowie. Fortune's End up in the air via the Yules. Yowie finally falls. BDZ is dead. They'll go after Nico, who's focusing his attention on a CTM. Now he's surrounded.
Trying to keep you out, but yeah, not gonna be successful. I think Neon, they saw Raid King use Moonlight Shadow. They noticed that he doesn't have Radiance. Radiance just got delivered by the Courier, but they take him away so quickly. They take him out so quickly. He's dead in a couple of seconds. And once he respawns, he still had that ulti from Oracle, but it just wasn't enough. Like, he doesn't feel comfortable playing that aggressive with no Reincarnation available. Still, in terms of net worth, game pretty even, but this is a big W here for OB.Neon. And now with the Spectre Manta style, they have enough damage, because Desolate works with the Illusion. Spectre will pick it up. So now Manta, plus a Blade Mail. A lot of overtime controllable damage, like Radiance, Ghosts from Dead Prophet, Magnetized from the Earth Spirit. So a lot of value from the Blade Mail. We've seen one Spectre yesterday not going for the Blade Mail. I think it's a must-have item. It's just too good to pass on.
Yeah, so Blade Mail, Manta getting finished thanks to that fight in the jungle.
I'm worried about now 4-staff for Yopaj. I don't hate the item. I understand you want to get away from these heroes or have that extra length in initiation. But again, it's now 3 items for mobility. And you know, I don't know, maybe I'm just too big of
like
an
he needs a
Axe
defensive
advocate.
item. Either it's a Yule Scepter, BKB, or a 4-staff.
Right.
With the 4-staff, he can take care of people who are caught in the trouble. Oh, Centaur.
As he blinked, he got hit with that arrow. Am I just too tunnel visioned on Axe for a Sand King? I'm just not seeing anything else, or I'm not happy with anything else, because I don't want to like be negative Nancy.
Because you've really been when talking about the Sand King.
It's not Yopaj, it's just the Sand King. It's the hero.
Oh, there you go. Your prayers are answered.
My lust for Ags is satiated. Trian. Wondering, you know, does it just feel like a glorified 4 with Glimmer Cape, Hood?
I think I've seen this once or twice where someone went both Hood and the Glimmer Cape.
Can you even wear both at the same time?
Trent is a big guy.
Glimmer's a cape, Hood. It also has kind of like that.
Have you ever tried as a kid, you know, wearing 5 layers
All
of
your
clothes?
clothing?
Yeah, just try to fit all in, and then suddenly you're overheating.
And all of a sudden, mom's working on dinner. Oh, I need help. I can't take off any of the shirts. Because you had 12 shirts on.
I think pretty much everyone did that.
Dire's top
Yeah,
tower
do it
is
once.
under attack.
And you always finish it off with like the raincoat, because that always has like the cape.
Yeah, but your
features.
dad's raincoat, because like
That's
you
the only
can't
thing.
fit your
Yeah.
own, considering how much clothes you have on yourself at the time.
Glad I'm not the only one who ever did that. Moonlight Shadow used here by OB.Neon. Placing some deep vision where they can.
Radiant
They got to
are
scan
scanning.
out on a Palos. Could be a big target to get. Got the reincarnation. Ooh, they might find him. He's trying to TP out, and he's gone. They missed him.
Nicely done. He
Done.
actually has a
On
very
scan.
nice read what was going on. DP's to the tier 2 tower, continues to farm. They're using scan. They know something's cooking. They were just not aware where they are, but yeah. That was super close.
Yeah.
Because they just scanned in the triangle to see what was going on. Palos, he's back in the triangle. He would love to have that level 3 reincarnation before the next fight after finishing SNY.
Reads the map really well. Spectral Dagger. Link flips on, roll, magnetize all used. They will pop the blade now, but they go to the Stampede, they'll find themselves Yopaj. Natsumi's in all alone now.
Perfect spell casting once again coming on from Execration. Like they're not overlapping any of the stuns, any of the silences. Arrow will not hit anything. Late hard, 3 lead charges, but still gonna connect.
It's still going to connect. It brings him far back, though. BDZ with the roll away. They've got the silence out of the Spectre once again. Kalos just running up on the high ground. No fear. Still working with this Aegis for another 43 seconds. They could time it right on Execration.
They could. You could also be a pro player, but you know, you're not. Well, you never know. Like, if you keep watching the top tier Dota, then suddenly, you know, you get yourself a good gaming chair, something very comfortable, you know.
Boost my account or something like that.
Nah. You have to grind it yourself.
Myself. Epicenter. Top Palace and Mars here to help. They'll use the haunt, the arrow nowhere close. They'll go after the Oracle. He'll false promise. Save is now gone. Overgrowth is one of the burrows for Terry. Meteor. Meteor. They got the chaotic offering with it. Dive reconvening caught by Yogi. Nico on the run. He's trying to get out of this one, but the Spirit Vessel's on him. It might take him out as he runs away. And Natsumi Natsumi, he ends up dead. This goes really poorly for Neon now, even though everything kind of came down on Execration all at once. Play hard, he's got 2 heroes down the side of Neon. CTN trying to run. They're leech out. Yopa's here for a trick. It's on a Palos. Beetlemon's once again. Blink hooks.
They just don't have enough damage at the moment.
Yopa moves up, roll in, and he'll be dead. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, he almost got a kill. Like, if he eventually hits Earthstrike, maybe a Sandstorm, they need to have a lot of duds, because there is Mirana ulti, a Sandstorm, a Glimmer Cape, a lot of stuff that they need to reveal. So it was like, we're going to see that again. I believe it actually connected on all 4 with the meteor. This is why I don't like the Blink Dagger
Radiant's
on Oracle, because you're
bottom
still
tower
going
is
to
under
be,
attack.
you know, targeted by Spectre. Spectre has pretty much one job after using the Haunt, and then he forces him to
Radiant structures
use
are
the
fortified.
ulti on himself, something that he
Radiant's
does not want to do,
bottom
but
tower is under
will
attack.
do it if in danger.
The chaotic offering was over to the side. Like I feel like if it was placed down right in the middle of where that meteor hammer hit, they
Radiant
probably
are
turned that a little bit more.
Yeah, potentially, yeah.
But it was off and like only hit Yoey. So 2K lead for Execration. They've almost got the Scotty on the Stampede to try and chase Vision down as well. Seems like they could take care of Natsumi pretty easily though, especially without that Aegis.
Unfortunately for you, there will be no Aghanim Scepter, at least yet, on Sanking. Just a bit of status resistance. Coming out from Sanj, going into Kaya.
It's looking spicy.
I can see you from up here. Recap, shaking your head, quite disappointed.
Just heartbroken.
I wouldn't mind seeing Centaur upgrading the hood into pipe after finishing the Ags. I love the Ags idea, where you just reduce the damage by 40%. So that's quite a lot, and also 1 extra second duration.
He's getting an axe. He's happy about that. Breaker, Titan Sliver. 2 good items in the neutral drop for the Dire. They also have the Psychic Headband.
On Oracle, on top of the Blink Dagger. But once again, like, your Blink Dagger is going to get cancelled by the Haunt, so not too much value coming out from that item. They have the Spirit Vessel, which is great against those heals that they got. The Warlock picked up the Shard.
Moonlight Shadow, Blink keeps on that going, lands on it 2, and now they're going to go to the Haunt. The Chaos Offering comes down to 3. Battlebots is there, but look at how far in Playhard is. He's already dead with a BKBB pop by Yoey. Continue to move forward with the Exorcism. They slow up Palos. The Golem's gone. Let's see if they go for anything more.
Just 1 kill. Exorcism still up and running. It's a level 3 Exorcism, so potentially they could deal some damage and even take the mid tier 2 tower. There's a Living Armor coming out from the Treant Protector. Let's drop it a bit low here.
And it just grabs right on top of him. Puchin's in. And a little bit of a heal. Alice is okay. Full strike on Yoey. Doesn't have that BKB to work with. Like, the same kick with the gun. So the Overgrowth can they get the first look out of the hands of Alice? If they can, Meteor Hammer down. Lands on a Nico, but he's so tanky. He's not dying. Yeah, that is the precise word. Yeah, Yoey now, epicenter right on top of him. Nico, Yoey, they'll both fall on Execration. It took a lot to get a kill on the Centaur.
They needed to fall back, but the chase potential from OB.Neon is really strong with the leaps, with the Burrow Strike. Like, he can close the gap very easily with the Force Staff plus a Blink Dagger, potentially TP with the Boots of Travel. Second Roshan is up, so that means G's Aegis plus a Shard is available. Surprised they didn't go inside the pit. Like, that Prophet, she does not want to buy back without the Exorcism. 40 seconds. They still have some time, though. They can take this to tier 2 tower.
Has fallen.
Can't scout things out in the Roche pit with the courier anymore, so someone needs to be there.
They can
But a lot of time wasted.
Yeah, and if they can get their hands on the Aegis as well as Cheese and Shard, that would feel really good. But Natsumi's over here in the jungle. He's farming over the Ancients. Feels like
Missed opportunity for sure. Could have given
Dire's
the
bottom tower
Sand King
is
the
under
best shard in the
attack.
game.
Oh yeah. Just random epicenter.
The refire blast.
And now they can go inside the mid. Marana, she bought everything. Like, she spent all her gold. Sorka's done. Spirit Vessel done. So no buyback. Like, Marana's a big part of their combo when they initiate with either Overgrowth or a Burrow Strike into Arrow. I want to see who's going to pick up that shard if they get it on side of Execration. I would not mind seeing either a Centaur. That Prophet shard is also very good, where you have a fear for 2 seconds if there is Spirit Siphon for 4.
Chaotic Offerings up, so they can make a move on this. Though coming in, and they're going to go with this Chaotic Offerings up down to and they get these kills here on the side of Execration. They've got Marana up in a second, they'll buy back on the Warlock. BKB's getting caught by Palos. Yoey taking a lot of damage, and now if you go Palos, he's like here. Yoey dropping his first life. He's dead, Yoey gone, and now Palos surrounded. Heavy center with the Burrow Strike, down he goes.
This is big. Like, they buy back on Jonuel. He managed to get the Fatal Bonds once again on every single hero, plus drops the rock. They need to be able to jump him. Like, they need to jump Warlock and try to kill him before he gets anything off. Now Spectre picks up Cheese, Aegis, and she gets the shard. So whoever damaged you in the last 8 seconds, you can jump on top of him with the dispersion.
Yopash. Almost 2,000 gold.
I think they misplayed that a bit, you know. What the Execration can do there is, we're gonna see the fight again probably, where Earth Spirit rolls in and tries to make stuff happen, scout them out. The rest of the team could have just taken the Roche, get that Cheese, get that Aegis, and Earth Spirit can still have buyback. He just wanted to keep them busy. I don't think everyone was on the same page what needs to be done.
As he's rolling, hit with Burrow Strike, Arrow comes in. Not taking that much damage. The guy is a Glimmer Cape, Blink, Hook Stomp, landing, Magnetic Pop, Magnetic Grip, they've got Silence on Burrow, the Sand King as well as the Spectre. They'll use the Stampede from Burrow Strike hits, and now they've got the Fatal Bonds. They're moving into this with the BKB bought by Yoey. Magnetized down, BDC getting low. Nature's Grasp is down as well as the upheaval, so Yoey, your movement speed is basically non-existing. Epicenter right on top. They're trying to get the kill out of the Death Prophet. They'll land the Meteor Hammer and eventually Yoey will fall. Now it's trying to fight into this, but you no longer have a Death Prophet. You don't have exorcism to work with, and the damage coming out on the Wraith King is just too much. Take out Palos and exclusively launching. Strike on a full Oracle as well as the Earth Spirit, but Play Hard jumps in too far.
They used one buyback. It's in Yoey. Can they get something more out of this? Everyone's full HP on side of Neon. Like this AoE Shadow Word before going in, and the -5 second Shadow Word cooldown with level 15 talent. It just feels so good. Spirit Vessel from Marana doing so much, like reducing the heal. Centaur's tanky, not as tanky as he thinks. Brave King will not be able to lifesteal as much. Same goes for Death Prophet with the Spirit Siphon, Oracle as well. Like, just a great pickup on Marana.
Yoey not able to move out of the upheaval. They also had the Overgrowth, Epicenter right on top. I think it's 4-staff away from the Death Prophet for a second. He accidentally did that himself, but Yoey still doesn't survive. You watch Palos as he's trying to fight this. Feels impossible. The only mistake is Play Hard jumping in a little bit too far. Yeah. Gets focused, Wraith Fire Blast, killed very quickly.
So if this game lasts for another few minutes mid lane, Arrow misses, but he still might be in trouble.
Yeah, Spirit Vessel on him, he's able to roll away. Forced to use that Magnetize though.
700 gold away from that Aghanim Scepter on Sand King. You know, Yopash, he had amazing time this game. You know, landed multiple man Burrow Strikes. Marana played well with him. Follow it up with an Arrow. Just their team fight is super strong with the Fatal Bonds, Overgrowth. They have their BKBs, but those are 6-second BKBs right now.
Over on the Palos, upheaval as Rogue Nature's Grasp. Jumping now to the Oracle.
This is a big kill. They need to take it down.
Warlock, they're getting the kill on the shot low, but they end up losing RR. Now the Burrow Strikers, the epicenter renders have a yellow. Coming through, mules up into the air. Meteor Hammer trying to drop down. Gonna hit multiple heroes. It's gonna land on an EBC. They're gonna come here. Spirit. He's gonna be there for 78 seconds with no buyback. Yoey now, no BKB.
Just going ham.
And yeah, with the right clicks coming out from Natsumi, there's no chance he survives.
It's too much. Like, they can't focus down the Spectre. She has Aegis still up and running for another 50 seconds. They didn't lose any barracks right now, so that's a good thing. But very big lead right now. I like how they use the Centaur ulti, and Breaking understands I can go over the cliff, find that Warlock, which used the buyback in the previous fight, so can't come into this one. Oracle does not get the ulti off. Now finally has that Glimmer Cape, and also going into Ghost Scepter. I think Ghost Scepter Glimmer Cape would have been a much better choice other than the Blink Dagger, because you can't get it off, especially against Spectre. Now with the Abyssal Blade, you're just gonna get jumped immediately. Aegis reclaimed in 20. Can they time it?
Meteor Hammer lands on both racks, and they've also got the Nature's Grasp in between. Wraith Fire Blast thrown over on the Natsumi. They just don't have the numbers, I would say, to even time this Aegis right and take it out immediately.
Dire's bottom tower is under
I didn't
attack.
say they need to kill her. I just said, can they time it? They probably can.
Dire's
Aegis
top
reclaimed.
tower is under
Good timing.
attack.
I like that.
Wraith Fire Blast coming in, as well as the roll. The roll's going to go to the back line. Drop down the backside onto Playhard, as well as Yopaj goes in with Burrow Strike. That lands on a Nico, but now he's by himself. Fortune's in and just read down by Palos. He also kills CGM. Double kill here right now for the Wraith King. They've got something like Shadow or not. You're in the vision of Execration. No more leads. The right clicks in. Should be another kill. RR steals it. Little kill steal right there with the purifying flames.
You know, just securing the kill. But Earthfrit, I think he missed the roll. He tried to go on Spectre and accidentally finds Morana, because they had no vision there whatsoever.
Radiant are
Now,
scanning.
Breaking level 24 has Silver Edge available, so that's gonna be break mechanic against Spectre. I don't think you can just go in and the Silver Edge Spectre bring her down from 100 to 0, but you can like use it second time, potentially after you kill 1 or 2 heroes, and still
Radiant's middle tower
be able
is
to
under
break her and
attack.
kill her. She's also level 25, so plus 5% of dispersion.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dead Prophet, she found a really good item for herself. Spell Prism still top tier 4 item.
Yeah, for sure. $25 to 20. Big lead here for Neon.
Lambless Relic.
This Relic gonna flicker.
On Sanking, which is really nice. A lot of spell amp coming out from it.
Radiant's top tower is under
16%
attack.
with Kaya and Sanj. Wants to get Octarine Core, lowering the cooldown of his abilities, most likely just a Burrow Strike. And he also has -2 seconds.
Dire are scanning.
Talent on level 20. Wants to use it more frequently.
Sword. Timeless Relic for the Dire as well. That's put of the Centaur.
Like, Lotus Orb is really good. Centaur wants to buy hard. They don't have a single Lotus Orb, but potentially you could make a really big counterplay against the Sanking. You can remove the Fatal Bonds, you can reflect like Lotus Orb back. Like, if he uses Fatal Bonds, like, it could potentially just be devastating.
Yeah. Looking at Neon and up 10k, they've really been, their spell usage has been really good. Strike. How a little bit far from his team. They're gonna go to the Haunt. Yopaj is down by himself. He uses the Burrow Strike. They might die for this. And Upgrade comes in. He's gonna force step himself away from the fight. He's gonna continue to be popular by both the Wraith King as well as the Death Rock. They get the build in. He built it over Playhard. Taking the first life out of the hands of this Wraith King. Palos taking 4 options. Down with the Burrow Strike. False Providence is gonna be there on the Palos. Yoey though gets hit with the arrow. Meteor Hammer down. They get the kill for that Prophet. It will go and not soon. The Burrow Strike getting out of the Oracle as well as the Reef King once again. This will be Palos done. He does have 5
He just bought back. He just bought back on a Centaur and died again. They killed pretty much everyone. They killed the 5 heroes. Oracle did not go down in that fight. It was a fight with Arcane Rune on that Prophet, but still not enough. Like Arcane Rune plus a Spell Prism doesn't have a buyback for 40 seconds. Roshan will respawn in 30, so they have enough to pick one set of barracks and potentially go Roche or just end the game. Centaur's gone for 70.
Palos will buy back.
Dire's structures are
This
fortified.
replay is, yeah, you can see Palos lost his life. Yowie going and trying to survive. Burrow Strike in with the epicenter. It hits on 2. They've got the follow-up here. The Meteor Hammer, the Upheaval Sword, the arrows coming in, and then another good Burrow Strike with that Axe, enough to reach both RR as well as Palos.
Now lowering the cooldown on the Burrow Strike with level 20 talent and this Timeless Relic, like it deals so much damage. Ether Lens done, so even more cast range. Second set of barracks gone for Execration.
Yeah, and OB.Neon has done a good job of like putting it all together. Burrow Strike with Chaotic Offering coming down at the same time. They've also got the Fatal Bonds.
Yeah, they lose this Roshan. They're not there on time. Centaur is still gone for 5 seconds. Cheese ages, and was it Ags or was it Refresher? It was a Refresher, so potentially double Golem, double Fatal Bonds, Upheaval. It's just gonna hurt.
Yeah, they've given him the Refresher. Going into the MKB. He's got a Silver Edge.
Oh, he's gonna find it.
Well, Great Fire Blast. They've got the stun, but Burrow Strike from quite a distance away. They've got the Moonlight Shadow as well. They're gonna halt for this. They'll look over at Palos. The Spirit Vessel's on him. The rest of the team needs to start to react to this. They'll move over and use that Exorcism. Burrow Strike seeing the stars going down. Palos still surviving, pushes in on him. So he's got that second life ready to go. Over at CTN, the right goes in, but finally the reincarnation is about the arrow is going to be taken in by DPC. They look to kill this Earth Spirit. Look at themselves, the Chaotic Offering down. They only killed off the Earth Spirit so far. Right clicks on the CTN. They've got the Burrow Strike on a Deco on the back line.
Palos is gonna drop.
BKB, Palos roll. There he goes, and it's 2 minutes on the sidelines. Arrow lands on a RR. They've got the Burrow Strike to the bottom of the left top. The QB's already been called. So this is all just ceremonial as the first game goes to OB.Neon.
OB.Neon with the off-lane Treant managing to pull a victory in game number 1.